Mission to continue despite U.S. funding freeze, Monica Juma says. Ex-Commander Bungei denies police involvement in Rex Masai death. Internationally, world reaction to Trump's takeover and ethnic cleansing plan for Gaza. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the program. My name is Samira Galuro. National Security Advisor to the President, Monica Juma, now says there is enough funding in the United Nations Trust Fund to cater for the officers who are on a peacekeeping mission in Haiti. In a statement, Juma said there is approximately $110 million, $12.9 billion, which is sufficient to continue operations. She noted that despite financial setbacks, the multinational security mission remains a priority. Juma's assurance comes shortly after the U.S. government froze more than $1.7 billion in funding for the Kenya-led MSS in Haiti. This followed President Donald Trump's 90-day foreign aid pause. The UN confirmed the development, which caught many off guard, including officials in Kenya. The international security mission, while approved by the UN Security Council, is not a United Nations operation and currently relies on voluntary contributions. The mission has so far been realized and is making little progress, with nearly 900 police and troops from Kenya, El Salvador, Jamaica, Guatemala, and Belize. Former Nairobi Regional Commander Adamson Bungei has denied any involvement in the alleged police killings that occurred during the Gen Z protest on July 20, 2025. Bungei insisted that no gunfire took place on that night. Bungei highlighted that it is not only police officers who have access to firearms, adding that police personnel from various units were deployed on the day of the incident. However, he stated that he could not provide details to the court regarding how the officers were assigned duties during patrols on that day. Bungei noted that there was a multi-agency deployed in town, adding that he did not have much report on the death of Rex. As the officer in charge of overseeing security and law enforcement in the region, Bungei claimed he was unaware of whether Rex Masai sustained any injuries, and if he did, he could not confirm whether the injuries resulted from a gunshot.
I wish to state that at the time, that is where you want us to start.
Thank you. I would wish to state that at the time, no police officer knew what kind of injury the victim had sustained, and it was only confirmed that it was a gunshot wound when the post-mortem examination was done. Now, Your Honor, be specific and let's be realistic on this one because of one point. Note that after post-mortem, not before post-mortem.
In another news, President William Ruto is in Wajir for the start of his day-long walking tour of the county. Ruto, who is accompanied by his deputy Kithure Kindiki and some cabinet secretaries, is in the northeastern region for a series of development activities until Friday. He commenced the tour yesterday in Mandera, where he inspected and commissioned some projects and also addressed residents. The head of state also had a leaders' meeting last evening where he emphasized government commitments in eradicating insecurity in the northern eastern region of Kenya. The president said the government will not allow criminals in that part of the country to terrorize the people and derail the region's development agenda. He pointed out that the government has significantly weakened the influence of the Al-Shabaab terror group in the region, adding that the incident earlier in the week when chiefs were abducted was a desperate attempt to cause panic. The president is set to tour Isiolo tomorrow.
Saa hizi ni kujenga barabara. That's why mimi nimekuja Mandera, kuweka stima kwa manyumba, kupanga mambo ya maji, kupanga watoto wetu wasome, to implement UHC. Hiyo ndio kazi mimi niko naye for now. Hii ya kubadilisha hii Kenya, I will do it kwa mapenzi ya Mungu. Siwezi kukubali vitisho ati mimi nimekuwa mjumbe miaka 15, mimi nimekuwa naibu ya rais miaka 10, ndio huyu mimi ni rais miaka itakuwa 5. Sasa mtu atanitisha na kitu gani?
And police in Kitengela have rescued 58 Ethiopian nationals believed to be victims of human trafficking. According to the DCI, the authorities received a tip-off from concerned residents and later raided a mansionette near the House of Deliverance Center in Kitengela. The victims, who appeared weak and malnourished, had been confined in the house for 3 days as they awaited illegal transportation to South Africa. Officers from the Transnational Organized Crime Unit and Kitengela Police Station arrested 2 Kenyan suspects, Daniel Nduati Kingo and Peter Maina Kimemia, who were found in the house. Authorities suspect the location was being used as a transit point for smuggling migrants across borders. Out of the rescued individuals, 28 were escorted to Kitengela Police Station, while the remaining 30 were taken to Isinya Police Station. The 2 Kenyan suspects were escorted to Muthaiga Police Station. A Honda motorcycle found at the scene was seized as evidence as investigations continue. The arrest highlights growing concerns over human trafficking networks operating in the region.
This is 95.0 Iqra News.
Mining Cabinet Secretary Hassan Joho has said that the Mining Investigative Unit has seized the 5 containers with copper that were set for export at the port of Mombasa. According to Joho, the containers had false declaration on their contents and had been transported from Nairobi. He went on to say that the containers were destined for China. Joho said the ministry's efforts to bring to a stop illegal exploitation of Kenya's mineral resources has gained momentum and will be upscaled. The CS insisted that illegal mining denies the country the vital revenue it needs for national development. He further warned all illegal miners and those aiding the practice that once the law catches up with them, it will not be easy. This comes barely 3 weeks after he led a raid on an illegal mineral dealership in a residential estate in Nairobi and the Athi River. During the raid, sacks containing rocks containing iron ore, copper, zinc, and lead worth over 200 million shillings were confiscated.
On to the international news.
Now, United States President Donald Trump has unveiled his shocking plan to take over the Gaza Strip after Palestinians are forcibly moved out of the besieged enclave, spurring fears he would back an ethnic cleansing campaign. During a news conference with Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Trump suggested Palestinians would love to leave Gaza, saying he foresees long-term U.S. ownership of the strip while it's being rebuilt, claiming to bring jobs and economic prosperity to the area. Senior Hamas official Sami Abu Zohri said the call for Palestinians in Gaza to be ethnically cleansed was an expulsion from their land. President Mahmoud Abbas strongly rejected any plans to displace Palestinians from Gaza, saying they will not allow any infringement of the rights of the people, while Trump claimed that Riyadh was not demanding a Palestinian homeland. Saudi Arabia said it will not normalize ties with Israel without the creation of a Palestinian state. The foreign ministry said it rejected any attempts to displace the Palestinians from their land and described its stance as clear and explicit, as well as not negotiable. And that is the end of our bulletin. It's now 13 minutes past the hour. My name is Samira Geloro. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.